You're walking down the sidewalk on your way to work. Now watch that woman in front of you. Suddenly, she collapses. What would you do? Before you answer, take a look at this real security camera footage that caused public outrage last year.
Disturbing video emerging tonight.
When this woman in a New York waiting room collapses in 2008, hospital staff ignore her for an agonizing 45 minutes. When someone finally comes to her aid, it's too late. But aren't we better than that? Wouldn't the average person step in to help? We decide to find out. It's rush hour on a busy street in Newark as commuters head to the train station. This woman falls hard. But don't be alarmed, it's veteran stunt woman Stephanie Stokes-Mai. And our What Would You Do cameras are here to see what happens next. And sure enough, some people walk right by. But within just 4 seconds,
Hello, you all right?
Good Samaritan Diane Coward stops to call 911.
I'm on Fairley Street, somebody fell.
All day long, when it comes to Stephanie, the good people of Newark, it seems, are up to any challenge.
Okay.
Time after time.
Stay right there. Help is coming, okay?
Thank you. You're welcome, miss.
But before we give Newark our coveted What Would You Do Humanitarian Award, we wondered, what if instead of this well-dressed woman, we substituted this homeless man? Suddenly, Newark isn't so sure. Now, no one is so eager to step in to help stuntman Mick O'Rourke. This woman takes a good long look, but keeps on going.
He's a human being and he needs help.
But you didn't stop.
Because what can I do? Sir, are you okay?
But eventually, others do step forward.
Sir, are you okay?
And if they didn't always want to touch, many were willing to touch 3 buttons.
911, where's your emergency?
A man fell out. I don't know if he did or alive or what. The guy should land on the ground. I don't know if he's okay.
How you doing, sir? When we asked them later why they helped, they all had similar answers.
You gotta help them. When they need help, help them. You just reach out. What if it was you? What if it was me? I need somebody to help me.
But facts are facts. In our experiment, Stephanie is always helped within 6 seconds. With Mick, it takes an average of 3 minutes. Still, that's better than what happened in Washington, D.C. just last month.
What's more disturbing is the number of people who walked by the injured man and never stopped to help.
After this homeless man is attacked, hitting his head on the car behind him, he lies on the street unaided. People stop to look. They go by, even load their groceries. But it takes 19 minutes before someone finally calls 911. By then, it's too late. The man dies of his injuries. But would he have been treated differently if he hadn't been homeless?
The homeless are probably one of the most negatively stereotyped groups in our society.
Jack DeVideo, a social psychologist at Yale University.
And God forbid they're holding a beer can.
If they're holding a beer can, it gives us the explanation, the excuse not to get involved and still believe we're the good people in this situation.
And that certainly seemed to be the case when Mick fell once more, this time carrying alcohol. We waited.
A beautiful view of New Jersey.
And waited.
Hello? Don't wake him up. What are you doing in my land? What if he's dead?
And waited. In all, 88 people go by, and we're beginning to think no one will ever step up to the plate. But then we meet this most extraordinary woman.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Linda Hamilton, who police tell us is sometimes homeless herself.
Excuse me. Can somebody call this man the ambulance? Excuse me. Could you call him the ambulance?
A lone voice asking for help.
But unbelievably, 26 more people walked by, ignoring her.
That beautiful face of hers, shaking somberly.
What she can see is people being callous and uncaring, the cruelty in the world that there's a kind of sadness there.
Hey, could you call an ambulance for this man? Could you call an ambulance?
Finally, Linda Hamilton's courageous example turns the tide.
911, where's your emergency?
Hi, I'm a passerby, but there's a man out on the street. He's passed out.
When we speak to Good Samaritan Batul Philisman later, incredibly enough, she says she stopped because she remembered that videotape from Washington.
I didn't want the same thing to happen to this gentleman.
Once she steps in, others do too. This man improvises a pillow.
Billy, open your eyes, boy. Still here.
She gave the homeless man a name. She said, "I'll call you Billy." And she tried to comfort him. The actor playing the homeless guy was so touched. He said, "I felt like she was an angel."
And she was an angel.
Billy.
By giving him the name Billy, she really created a personal connection. She had a bond with that person that nobody else was even willing to consider.
Open your eyes.
Even after our cameras come out, Linda Hamilton is still looking out for him.
You all right?
Yeah, all right. Oh, thank you.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Amidst the hubbub of getting releases signed and interviewing passersby, our savior, Linda Hamilton, slowly taps her way down the street, reminding us, inviting us all to consider, just for a moment, what would you do?